In today's episode, you're going to see a beautiful Rolls Royce. Hello everybody, welcome to Classic Car ChitChat. My name is Kevin. If this is the first time you're coming to my channel, then welcome. I really appreciate you coming here. If you've been to my channel before, then as always, I truly appreciate the comments that you leave for me, for showing me the thumbs up, for you subscribing, as well as hitting that notification bell so you know when the next video is being released. Today, I'm a little bit starstruck, if I'm honest with you. I'm standing in front of this beautiful home here in Mississauga, and this is kind of the right place for a car like this. I was lucky enough to meet a gentleman by the name of Art. He has a 1979 Rolls Royce Silver Shadow 2. This car is absolutely beautiful, and it's been a dream of mine to sit inside of this car, but it gets a little bit better, as you'll find out in today's video. So without further ado, hop in, let's go for a drive, and let's check out this beautiful Rolls Royce. Oh my Lord. Isn't this something else? A Rolls Royce. Wow. Art, you can't get more British than this. This is something else. Please, tell me about your car.
Well, it's a 1979 Rolls Royce Silver Shadow 2 anniversary model. Was the one time they would let you have silver and black painted as two-tone.
Really?
Original paint, original everything on this car.
My goodness.
Including the old guys driving them.
Can't get much more original than you, right? Wow.
The black is 40 coats of hand-rubbed lacquer, and the worst thing is it shrinks a little tiny bit, so you have to watch that.
Yes.
With
well,
things.
especially not Canadian heat as well, right?
Oh, yeah, it does not like heat for that.
No.
Reason. But it's been great. I picked it up about 18 years ago, and much to my wife's chagrin, but she was very good when she saw it.
I bet.
That I've been chasing around looking for one for a long time, and believe it or not, found one about 4 blocks from my office.
No,
hiding
really?
in a little street.
Oh, wow.
About 18th Avenue off in Lakeshore in Etobicoke.
My goodness.
And there was a little tiny house with a big garage. So, and I'd been directed there by a fella. And eventually we walked in it, and I opened it up, and holy cow, there was probably $2 million worth of cars in there.
Oh my, really?
And my favorite car, which I fell in love with instantly,
Yes.
was not this one. It was a white one.
Okay.
Silver Ghost, I think.
Silver Ghost, wow.
But it was the one that the Queen drove in Toronto when she was here.
The actual car?
The actual car.
Oh my.
It had flag holders on the front and the whole bit.
My Lord.
But I loved it, but he wanted about $300,000 at the time, and no.
Yes. There is a limit.
There's a limit, yeah. It's a long way below that.
Oh my God.
So then I found this one, in the back, and that was it. I fell in love with it. We've had so much fun with it. All the family, everybody has daughters that eventually get married. So
yes. Isn't it the perfect car?
Oh, we have so much fun. So I've been over most of Ontario with it. It drives very well, passes anything but a gas station, which is not really true. It actually is very good. Once you get it going on the highway, I drove from here to Windsor, and it took a full tank.
Okay.
But that's pretty good for a car that weighs a little over 6,000 pounds.
And this is just premium unleaded gas?
Premium, yeah, it has to be premium with a 10-to-1
Do you add
compression ratio.
additives or anything like that to the gas?
No, not to the gas. No,
Okay.
you're fine with the gas as long as you use the non-alcohol, which is, believe it or not, if I can, I should put a commercial in for you, should I?
You can, it's
Well,
okay.
Canadian Tire's top gas has 0 alcohol, and very few people know that.
Really?
And
And you know, I drive by Canadian Tire all the time because I'm thinking it's got crappy gas, and I
Oh,
shouldn't.
no.
I shouldn't say that either, but I just did. Okay.
so it's
Wow.
that's what I use in it, and we've never had any problem. There are questions with it as to whether you should add zinc to the oil, but I discovered that no, you didn't have to this year, and some of the older ones, yes, you have to replace the zinc, and that goes for all the older engines.
So Art, I'm gonna ask you again. This is the original paint.
That is correct.
You've never had to touch it up. This is the way it came out of the factory.
I've just polished and clay barred it and polished and waxed and polished it.
Incredible. I mean, after so many years, look at the finish on this thing. Like, it's far, far superior than the paints we see on cars today, isn't it?
Well, it's the old oil and lacquer based paints, not the water ones.
True, true.
But
Probably a touch of lead in there too, who knows?
oh,
but,
there might be, yeah.
Let's not worry about all that. Wow.
But, yeah,
What
lots
is
of
the
little
actual
interesting
name of
things.
this color? Do you know?
Black.
Sounds like the American cars, red, bright
I-
red. Yeah.
I can give you the paint code, but
Wow.
I'm not sure that I have the actual color.
Now there are so many variations of the Rolls Royce. There's like the silver spur, the silver shadow. Now this is the silver shadow 2 versus there's a silver shadow 1.
Yeah,
Okay.
very similar,
Right.
but you know, different headlights, different roundings, and so on. But an awful lot of changes from the 1 to the 2. Between the 2, don't buy one unless
No,
you want to do a lot of repair.
I bet. Now here's a question. I get this a lot for my MG, is getting parts. I know for the MG, you can get just about anything for the car. It's relatively easy to find parts. What about the Rolls Royce? Is it difficult sometimes? Or?
It's not really difficult. There are a lot of parts available. Very interesting. The transmission is actually a GM transmission.
No.
Yeah. It's
Originally?
originally, yes.
Oh,
it's,
wow.
It's the L400 tranny. Shall I open the bonnet?
Yes, please. Let's do that. Oh, and it opens the other way. How, how incredible is that? I'd forgotten about that. Let me actually swing around to the other side. Look at this. Okay.
So there's an engine block underneath there somewhere, but
Wow. It's all engine.
well, and plumbing, yes.
Oh my Lord.
But the air conditioning system you might recognize too. It's really Delco Remy. Again, GM parts. Buick parts. I did have to replace the oil sender switch, and I have a good friend who's a mechanic, so I took it over there because, you know, I don't have a hoist yet.
Look at all that. Oh my Lord. Like, it's
And when he pulled it,
incredible
he said,
engineering.
"That's a Chevy one," and he went to the back and pulled it out, and
He
it
knew
cost,
it? Like
cost
by
me
looking at it?
$8 and
Wow.
50 instead of 45. You know.
Wow.
So yeah, there's parts. There are parts available.
Now, how big is this engine?
5.12 liters,
5.12.
about 325 horse.
And it's a V8.
Oh yes.
V8.
Yeah, yeah.
And they made a V12 in one of these, I'm sure, at 1.2, did they?
Don't think in the shadows.
Oh, okay.
I
And
don't
different
think so.
Rolls-Royce? Okay.
For one, you'd have to have another foot. I don't think you can
Right.
get another foot under that hood.
And this car fits in your garage, no problem?
I wouldn't say no problem, but it fits
It
in the
fits,
garage.
okay. We're a little bit moving around of different parts to make space. Wow, Art, this is incredible. And it's so cool to see the Rolls Royce there too. My Lord. So how much space is there in the boot here?
Well, you
Could
can
I
put
have
it-
a nap in there?
You could probably have a nap in here. Let me look and see.
Oh my Lord.
Oh yes, you could.
Could you make it any cleaner? Wow.
We try.
I
But if-
feel as though I should touch the carpet.
Oh, yeah. But of course, there's a secret compartment you have to have, right? Where you hide all your cleaning
Oh, the
supplies.
paraphernalia, yes, and the British flag, absolutely. Oh my. Wow. Look how clean this is. And the spare tire, is there one? Under all
Under
this?
here. And
Okay.
this.
You undo
Yeah,
that.
undo
all right.
that.
Hopefully you never have to use it, because
Oh.
how do you jack this thing up? That's got to be a nightmare.
With CAA.
Ah,
And
absolutely.
they hide the battery in the back, of course.
Oh, your battery's there.
Yeah.
Fantastic. My lord. How elegant is this? I mean, the finish on this car, like even the part here, I mean, this is all like a carpeting or a soundproof thing, like
Both, really.
amazing. I noticed that in the front too. So that was there
Yes,
in the...
that's original. And
wow.
it's a big engine. Everybody says they're always so quiet. The older ones weren't as quiet as the new ones.
Yeah.
And that helped deaden the sound.
Yes.
Now the bonnet is actually aluminum
Really?
to help reduce the weight, and similarly the boot.
Because I was impressed how easily you moved it up.
Well, I was just going to say, what I'd
Yeah.
like you to do
Uh-huh.
in a moment is
Yes.
just take one finger and
Okay.
close that with one finger. Just
Really? It'll
gentle
do it?
push down.
Okay, let's try it.
One finger.
Oh my. Now you're just showing off.
Oh, yes.
Look at this. That is impressive.
That's a Rolls Royce.
That is impressive. Oh my God. And the angel of ecstasy is just kind of observing everything.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, do you spend an extra bit of time polishing her up?
No, actually, she's pretty good.
Okay.
You know, the usual with a cloth, like a back rub
Right.
towel, you know, that.
Okay.
But this is all stainless steel and good quality
Yes, good
stainless.
quality.
And the trim stays very well.
This is like it's a piece of art. Art, it's a piece of art. Sorry, no pun intended.
Well, it's a
but
work
it
of art,
truly
yeah.
is. It truly is. I just love the lines of this car.
Unfortunately, I ran through bugs on the way here.
Did you? Oh,
So,
yes. That's it's called character.
It's
Wow.
got character.
It's beautiful. And it's got a power antenna, I see.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
The original radio.
Really?
And
Can we-
oh,
can we
well,
see
actually,
inside?
Let me see. Yes, of course.
Is that an 8-track?
That is an 8-track.
Wow. And this is walnut wood?
This is walnut, burled walnut. Yeah.
My lord.
In case your feet aren't comfortable, it comes with a foot cushion.
Oh, my
so you
Lord.
can have your But that's standard, of course.
Of course, it has to be. Oh my. And are these ashtrays? Yes, they are.
Yes,
Look at that.
back in the old days.
Back
Remember
in the
that?
day.
Yeah.
Wow.
And all the lighters work.
Oh, and I love the mirrors on the side too, Art. How amazing. Even the padding on the roof part, like it's
Now that's actually wool.
really.
It is. And
Oh, yeah, actually, yes, you can kind of see the nap on the
Yes.
wall.
yeah.
My lord. And I love seeing these straps. It brings back memories from cars of yonder here.
Well, the white seats are actually seat covers
Okay.
that I had made. When I got the car, the leather, you probably could break it if you hit it.
Yes.
It was so hard.
Gets
I-
a bit brittle
I
after
traced
the
it
time. Yeah.
from England to the States, could not get any information out of the States at all.
Yeah.
And so I'm the first person in Canada to have had it. But I think it sat in the sun because one side was worse than the other.
Right.
And as a result, when I got it, well, of course, you know, you granddaughters and so on, everybody,
sure, yes.
you know, want to use the wedding.
Yes.
And I thought, that's great.
Yeah.
So it's red, burgundy red leather upholstery.
Right.
But rather than rip it all out, I sandpapered it. Yeah, it takes about many years to soften it, but it's possible to do.
To make it supple again, really.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's a lot of work, but
Yeah.
it can be done. And
Okay.
I didn't want to throw it out and
Right.
put new stuff in. So we were softening it up, and then I suddenly realized that a bride with a white wedding dress on red leather that you were working on is not a good idea at all.
Yeah.
So I called a friend of mine, and in the weekend, he whipped up those covers, and
Really?
there's seat covers for the seat covers.
Wow.
Yeah, so that you can drive it not because they
Yes.
get dirty. And they were so good, I just left them on.
Absolutely. And it gives it a lovely contrast too in terms of the deep burgundy color and the cream interior. May I see the front?
Absolutely, sir.
You know, there is something really magical about having keys that go into the dashboard, honestly, as opposed in the steering column.
Now, the interesting thing too, it's fly-by-wire. When
What does that mean?
other people drive it,
Yeah.
the first thing they try and do is grab the gear shift to pull it towards them and down. Reef it,
Yeah.
one finger. It's all electric.
Wow.
So you just,
Look at this beautiful car. There's a button that says refuel there. What is that for?
well, push it and see.
Oh, is that the release? Oh, how clever is that? Look at that. And a big sign that says unleaded gas only. We should say at Canadian Tire only as well. Wow. Just gorgeous.
Well, thank you very much, Kevin.
So I have
Appreciate
to
it.
ask then, why the Rolls Royce?
Why not? It's a proper motor car.
It is, yeah. But is it, did you always have a passion for a Rolls Royce like growing up? Did you see one somewhere?
Yes, probably. So I don't know, you probably wouldn't remember, but CFRB had a gentleman called Gordon Sinclair, and he was the announcer and so on, and he lived just off Old Burnhamthorpe Road, which was 2 blocks away from me.
In Etobicoke, yeah.
In
right?
Etobicoke, there you
Etobicoke,
go.
yes.
And I had a friend who lived about 4 houses from him, and he always parked his Rolls there, so we went over and drooled on it once in a while. Yeah.
And then you were just love struck, as they say, and you
Well,
just
then
had to.
I knew what I was looking for eventually. That and a Jaguar XKE,
Very
which
good.
I missed 3 of those, and I figured, okay,
Just go for the lady. And is she ever elegant though? It's
Oh,
just
thank you.
absolutely
Thank
a
you.
beautiful, beautiful car.
labor of love.
Definitely. And this is a head turner. You don't see, even today, you see a Bentley on the road, you see a Rolls Royce, people always look because they're just so big and they just have a statement to it. But there's an elegance to this as well that I just find
Well,
so stunning.
I must admit, the old ones like this are very distinctive.
Yeah.
The new ones, they look like Chrysler 300s that are pregnant. That's
Can you repeat that for the camera? A Chrysler 300 that is pregnant. Okay. I love it. And I noticed this one has the fog lamps up front too. So these are,
Yes.
again, the original Rolls Royce.
original driving lights, yeah. Well, fog lights, I guess you're right. That's what they were called then.
Oh, she's just beautiful. Can we go for a drive?
I think we should do
We
that,
should.
sir.
All right, let's do
No
that.
problem.
I feel when you're wearing the hat though, Art, I should be sitting in the back almost.
Absolutely. We should do that.
Yes, why don't we do that? Let me do that. I'll sit in the back and this way I can record from truly where many of the passengers would probably have sat in a car like this.
There you go. Well, here, let me hold the door
Oh,
for
there,
you.
there. Let's do it in style. There we go.
Oh.
So there's. Should we close it and
Yeah,
do it again?
yeah,
so
I
we
think
can
we
kind of
should.
look apart. Okay,
think we
sir. James, can I call you James? Home,
sir.
James. Yes.
Your car, sir.
Well, oh, I'm glad you've got my ashtray there because I feel like a bit of a smoke. There we go. Oh my lord, this is so comfortable. Listen, I may not come out of this car. Oh, I feel like royalty.
Well, you look like royalty, Kevin.
I should have worn a suit. Had I known, I should have worn a suit. Wow. So listen, if there are kind of moisture marks here, it's me drooling over the over the car. Okay, I'm just warning you now.
Where to, sir?
Well, we'll just drive this way, Art. I haven't quite decided yet. So if you turn her around, and we'll go out the way we came in. it's so smooth. You know what? There's something really magical when you see the angel up front there. Okay, so we'll turn left here, and then we'll turn left again.
I don't have to call you Miss Daisy, right?
No.
Well, actually, we did drive Miss Daisy in this car, but
What do you
not
mean?
the Miss Daisy
Not
from
the
the
Miss
movie.
Daisy, okay.
We did the car just like in the movie, and it
Wow.
was the same car.
Wow.
And I have an aunt, Miss Daisy, who was turning 95, and she was thrilled. So
How magical is that?
we took her around Guelph
Yes.
in Rolls Royce, and she
Oh,
to this
in
day
style.
remembers it.
And we'll turn right here. So Art, there's a lot of little indicators beside your steering wheel about the lights, the parking brake. Has any of those engine lights ever come on?
Like the low coolant.
Okay.
I just noticed flashed on a little
Right.
bit this morning, but I think that's because it was in a low angle. There's a sensor right on the
Yes.
radiator, and I think it splashes there.
Because that's every car owner's nightmare, isn't it? When that engine light comes on, you think, oh my lord, now what is it? Wow.
Well, it even has one to tell you that there's ice on the road,
Oh yes, well.
and I don't think that happens too often in England. So I think that's why they had it to make people aware.
For sure. You know what? The visibility in this car is just incredible. I would have thought, like sitting in the back, you wouldn't be able to see out the front almost, like you'd be sort of sucked underneath, but it's the opposite. You see everything. It's like the prime seats in a movie theater.
Well, it only plays classical music.
Oh, you know what? You may have to turn the radio off because YouTube banned me. The very first time I put on some music, it was the Eagles, and they said, "Oh, you're not allowed to do that." So I thought, okay, I learned my lesson. I feel like a king, Art. Honestly, like
Well, you should be treated that way, Kevin.
oh, you know
you
what?
deserve it.
I'm just so honored.
And don't forget to wait.
Oh, you got to wave. Yes, yes. I should have been practicing.
The Queen's way.
Wait till my wife finds out that I've been sitting in a Rolls Royce and I didn't take her.
Well, maybe you should someday.
Maybe we'll have to do this again.
We'll trade cars.
We'll trade
and,
cars. Yes. It's okay. When I get married again, Art, I will ask this to be my wedding car.
There you
But
go.
don't tell my wife I said that, though.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll make you a deal on camera right now.
Okay.
That if you get married
Uh-huh.
and I still have the car, I will drive you
Okay.
at the wedding.
Well, you know what? If I do get married, it will be to my wife again. So that's I found the person I'd like to marry again. So I think that part is easy. And I'm
There you
sure
go.
If she's listening, then this is good. This is for the world to hear as well. So there you have it.
We have a spot for you guys in
Oh,
this car. In
fantastic.
fact, you're in it right now.
Oh, absolutely. Now I noticed in the mileage gauge there's not a lot of kilometers on this car. Or is that miles? It's probably miles, isn't it?
58,000.
That's it. Original.
Original.
Wow.
Yeah. 58,312. Yeah. And they're miles.
Right.
Yeah. This car was originally manufactured for export.
Okay.
Hence the steering wheel on the
left
left-hand
side.
side. Yeah.
Oh, it's such an elegant car.
Well, thank you.
I love it.
It's fun.
It's beautiful.
It's fun.
It's beautiful. It's enough to make a grown man cry, Art.
Well, it's so much fun, but it's more fun if somebody else drives it.
Are you serious, Art?
So, Kevin, I'm going to change
Oh.
positions with you.
Oh my lord.
And I would like you to chauffeur me.
I don't know what to say. Okay. Oh, I should open the door for you. Wait. Are you sitting in the front, sir? Would you like
Yes.
the front?
Yes.
Okay. After you. Watch your step. There we go. Ah, there
Thank
you
you,
have
sir.
it. All right. I could just sit here though. I'm so content with doing that. Oh my lord. Art, this is beautiful. I've never had the opportunity to drive a Rolls Royce.
Well, I'm glad you could. Now, because it's electric shift,
Yes.
put your foot on the brake, and with one finger, pull it down.
Oh my God. How clever is this?
And there you go. Well, it's fun.
I feel as though we should be sipping tea while we're doing this.
No, I never drink and drive. Warm food.
You know something though, Art. You can tell this car has a ton of power behind it.
It does.
It really does. Like oh well, another traffic light. What can you do? It just gives me that much more time in the car. I am so impressed with this car. Look at this thing. We got a lot of looks though. Of course, they're looking at me.
Of course, the driver.
Yes. Well, with my hat on, they know I'm the chauffeur, taking the elegant gentleman out for his little daily drive. You know what though? What's mesmerizing a little bit is when you see the angel up front. It's like I just can't keep my eyes off of her. I mean, I know I should be paying attention to the road, but it's like that's all I see. Even the steering wheel, Art, it is so responsive.
It is.
Very, very impressive. Quality never goes out of style.
It does not. If you make it right, it lasts a long time.
I feel so privileged to have had the chance to drive this car. Thank you, Art. You don't know what it means to me, honestly.
Well, classic cars are no fun if you don't let other people have fun too. So
this has been, honestly, it's like, people have a bucket list and things like that. I always kind of pictured myself, one day I'll drive a Rolls Royce, right? I never thought it was going to happen. I'd almost forgotten about it.
Well, don't ever lose sight of your dreams. Holy cow.
I agree with you. So kids, if you're listening, if you have a dream, hold on to it. Shall I just be quiet for a moment and just absorb it in for a second?
Enjoy it.
She's beautiful. I feel like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, wow, that's good.
You ever seen a grown man cry, Art? Because I'm just about to burst into tears. And the air conditioning works beautifully too. Oh.
I wish we could trade, but unfortunately we can't.
Unfortunately, you rascal. Okay, so now finger again. How smooth is this? Like, unbelievable. That's it? So, Art, you were saying you were a teacher and you've had some students over your career. So any particular ones that come to mind?
Oh, a few come to mind, and I've had some of the most wonderful students that some needed a lot of help, some needed no help at all. In fact, they were teaching me, which is great. And two of my famous or infamous students were the late Robbie Ford and Doug Ford, and they were great on the football team. So if they wouldn't misbehave, because in the shop teacher was always the best teacher in the school.
Absolutely, because it wasn't like you're having too much fun to hate the teacher.
Yeah, you get hit with a piece of wood. That's why. Yeah.
Amazing. So just for the record, everybody, if you don't know, Doug Ford is the Premier of Ontario, and this was his teacher. So that's amazing. And you were going to honk the horn for me.
I was going to honk the horn for you. So here we go.
She always likes to listen to the horns, and he says,
when they get in, people get in the way.
Okay. Wow. There's an elegance to that as well. That is so cool.
Well, thank you very kindly.
Thank you. I really appreciate your time. I've had a blast.
I'm sure.
Thank you for allowing me to drive her, because it is an experience.
Well, thank you for inviting me,
Oh.
and I hope we see you again sometime at the next car
Definitely.
show.
For
I'm
sure.
looking forward to it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Take
Be
care.
safe.
Bye-bye.